Do you see it as a point gain, or on reflection 2 points dropped?
I think we can be disappointed. I think really we didn't start off brightly enough, but like I say, a consequence of a lot of games in a short space of time, and we were moaning about the fact we didn't have them, but now we've got them. And obviously injuries play a part, and those things, and we're in that moment where we need everybody fit, and we haven't got it. So we've got to work it a different way and try and find other ways of winning games. And tonight we didn't start off the best. I think we worked out it was 18 minutes before we had any sort of chance to play forward, or we decided to play forward. We were playing too much in front of them and too much into feet, where they set the stall out. This Rotherham team's a really fit team. That's what Paul Warne built. That's what they've carried on now with Matt. But at the end of the day, you've got to play whatever's in front of you, and we needed to move the ball better. Didn't. Got caught on it in terms of holding it, running with it, getting blocked off. They had a bit of possession of the ball, and made it really difficult for us to get any momentum in the game. But to do it, you've got to have possession of the ball, and we didn't do that well enough to start with. Then we grew into it. We grew into the game, and although we didn't create a great deal, it was a bit scrappy again. And again, you can be forgiven for that because of the amount of games that you've got, and you're recovering between those games. But like I say, you're trying to entertain the public, and you're trying to get opportunities to score and to shoot and get them off the seat. That came later on in the game, but certainly in the first half there was very little in it, apart from the goal that we conceded. We got in poor positions. They've got extreme pace on that left-hand side with Colin Bramall, but we didn't deal with that well enough. And he got in behind us, and Ben got caught in no man's land coming for it, and then couldn't get back in, and there was a big area for the lad to hit, and he hit it. So we're 1-0 down, and then against this side who've just gone to Stoke and won 1-0 last Tuesday night, they're a difficult side to break down because of where they start their defensive line. They would have grown in a bit of confidence, and they did. You could see that they were moving the ball around, and it was only late on in the game where we managed to get the changes to create a little bit of confusion. They made 3 changes at the same time. We only had those 3 changes left, only that one opportunity because of the injuries in the first half, which was very difficult. I could have made them at half time, or one at half time, but it's too early. So yeah, it was an interesting sort of last 20 minutes, and you're trying to get back in the game, and we did it with a brilliantly worked goal, with Callum, with Casey Palmer. I mean, Casey's been involved in the 2 goals. Gus has picked out the inside of the post and nestled it into the net, which was brilliant to get back. And I thought from that point on, there's only one winner in the game, and didn't see the second goal coming, and again get ourselves in a bit of a mess. Their movement was really good. From their perspective, their movement was really good. I think it was Connor Washington off the back of Pans coming on at that point. It's always, can always be difficult to tune in. But other than that, I thought he did really, really well. Then centre one with Callum. Callum's got to be a little bit closer. The gap was there for them to exploit, and they did it. But even then, he's tried to flick it around the corner. It's Ben on the head, and it's just a bit of a comedy of errors, and it ends up in the back of our net for 2-1. And then you're scratching your head thinking, how's that happened? And we've got another mountain to climb, because all they're going to do now is waste time, which is what they were doing all evening. They were doing all those things, but thankfully we got Callum into a really good position again. Casey Palmer's movement, I thought Josh Eccles did really well down the right hand side. He made a difference actually in terms of the control of the game that we were able to get. And then with Toddy off that other side, I thought we'd looked a little bit more of a threat, or as much of a threat as we've done all night. And then with Casey and with Callum linking up with Vic in there, it can cause problems for the opponents, and thankfully it did. He got brought down, and referees pointed to the spot, and Victor's slid it in the centre of the goal. So yes, I think to answer your question in a really convoluted way, yes, I think we can be relieved we've not tasted defeat here. It's the first time we've managed to draw here, I think, and it keeps the points ticking. So in the end, yes, it is a good point. We've just got to go and back it up now on Saturday. And again, it's about recovery and getting the players to a stage where they can perform again and go again on Saturday in what will be a boisterous atmosphere, I think.